I grow up, I start to realize that me and my mind can't simply compromise. Why do I choose to wear designer out of life?
It's good, y'all. It's your boy Eli the Entity. Said we're gonna be consistent, so we're gonna stay consistent. After thinking about really what my channel is gonna be about, honestly, from the time I can remember when I was younger, always just wanted to motivate people. I always wanted to, be entertaining in a sense. I used to be a big stunt man. I used to do backflips off the freaking swing, skateboard down the slide. My mom, oh man, she did not like the things that I did. It either resulted in a hospital or some type of, see, I told you so, or didn't I tell you that was gonna happen? Every kid is a little bit reckless like that though. But from the time I can remember, I always really wanted to motivate people. I feel like I get a lot of wisdom from my parents, so thank God, shout out to them. They laid the foundation, thank God for them. Thank God for my family as in a whole. My brothers, my cousins, my uncles, my aunties, my nieces, my nephews, man. They seen it all, man. They seen it all, truly. But I've always, my mom would call me a preacher or say, you preach. So, honestly, I really just want to motivate people. But today, I'm here to talk to you guys about what really drove me into wanting to make music, or what really drove me into wanting to, I guess, start music. It all started, I want to say, from the time I was younger. My mom always wrote poetry. She always showed me her poems that she used to write. And still to this day, she has hundreds of poems. Mama, you got to write a book. Write a book. If you seen this, write a book. It's time. God's always giving these signs out here. But yeah, my mom always wrote poems, and she always showed us as kids. And she would even read some of them to us. Mostly me though, because I was more interested in it. I felt like I was geared more towards my mama's boy, But I would get inspired from what she would write. There would be a bunch of poems, a bunch of different subjects she would write. Some I could understand, some I could not understand at a certain age. When I would go back to read some of them, I'm like, wow, my mom was talking. My mom was talking some real. So in that experience of just, reading her poems, I feel like it sparked a fuse inside of me. My mom, in the sense, is like a muse of mine, because it's like, wow, you laid this foundation, you brought this out of me. So she would write every day. I want to say, she would help us with our homework first, then I would see her be writing poems. I'm like, wow, my mom loves writing. So then in school, I would be writing poems. I would start writing poems. I was writing poems and drawing mangas. Honestly, that's what I was doing, really. Honestly, literally, I was doing. And, I should start drawing again, I know Q, if you seen this, Quaddy, if you seen this, I know what you're going to say. Yo, bro, EJ, why have you not been drawing, bro? All right, let's not get off subject, though, but I'll show y'all a piece of art that I also wanted to see this artwork. This is Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. I drew this, I want to say the 10th grade, 11th grade, man. And I drew this when I was smacked. And I have a better detailed version in pencil. But I drew this when I was smacked, when I was high, man. Drawing used to be my escape. Literally, drawing in the weed. Honestly, that was my escape. But, back to the video. I got hanging up still. And I got some more lying around here in the sketchbook somewhere. But, yeah, honestly, I used to do poems and poetry, I want to say from the 5th grade and up. And I would start to realize, yo, these sound like little raps. And so I would make them to little raps. I would rap them at the table during lunch with my friends. I'm like, yo, that's good. That's good. And I was just like, oh, this is just playing around, though. This is this poetry, man. This is poetic. My favorite rappers growing up was probably Tupac. And this is when I was younger, 5th grade, 6th grade. It really was Tupac. Damn, Tupac and Nas? I did not like Jay-Z at the time, but now Jay-Z is one of my favorites. Now, like, as I got older, I guess. But I never put on Jay-Z in the car. I'm like, oh, no, turn that off, man. So, at that time, my top 3, it was Tupac, Nas, and Eminem. Those was my rappers. Those were the ones, man. Those were like, yo, every day I was listening to them. Every day. You get some R&B here, you know, some pop there, some Michael Jackson, some old school. Because my parents in the house, you know how it is. Some gospel on Sundays. But as I want to say, got to high school, I realized these poems were turned into like raps more so. Like, literally, people sell. Even my teacher, like in the 8th grade, my teacher, Mr. Cadet, shout out to you, Mr. Cadet, if you've seen this. Don't forget your boy. He was like, yo, you're a really strong writer. Like, you're a prolific writer. Like, you know, you got to do something with this. And also, like, you know, you're a very funny guy. You know, you're a character. You know, you want to be an actor. And this is where it goes into the entertaining. And I really wanted to entertain. And we'll talk about that in another video. My experience with my entertainment path. And if I'm still going to do it or not. We'll talk about that in a whole separate video. But yeah, even my teachers were noticing, like, yo, you're a good writer. Like, you're a really good writer. In 12th grade, Mr. Yo, why? I'm terrible for not remembering your name. Starts with an L. No, he probably didn't forget my name, so shame on me. But my creative writing teacher, I'm about to call him Mr. Lebowski. But I think it's Lewinsky. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. I forgot your name. My bad. I know you didn't forget my name. It's your boy Eli. But he was like, yo, these are raps. Like, you gonna be a rapper? I'm like, nah, man, I'm not gonna rap. This is my creative writing. This is what I like to do on my free time sometimes. You know, I like to write. He's like, you should do something with it. And at the time, I was like, man, nah, it's not even all that. It's nothing much. But even in college, like, aside just from writing raps, just writing in general, like, my perspective of writing, the teachers always say something, or I always stand out some type of way. Like, my writing was just that good. And now as I get older or increase in age, I realize that writing as in a whole for me has just been something that you can find a way to escape. You can write about anything that you possibly want to write about. And creativity is big and expansive, you know. As you're younger and, you know, all these creative flows are running through you, utilize that. I guarantee you, you're going to think later. Imagination is literally one of the strongest things we can have. Imagination is amazing. It's beautiful. But come college, I was acing most of my writing assignments, and teachers were like, yo, this is really good. Like, I had a page where I had to write about the psychology of business. I didn't know a thing about business, really. I was only working at Old Navy at the time. I was 18, 19. And I got an A+ on that paper. And my teacher pulled me to the side before getting me ready, like, Eli, this is an amazing paper. Like, this is really good. You should look into starting a business or opening a store. So I'm like, really? Okay. Maybe so. I don't know. No. I guess I broke it down that good, or I understood it that well. And at the time, in that class, we were reading a book called The Habit Effect or something like that, or The Habit Loop. Man, I forgot. That's tough. But in college was when I really started writing poems again in my notes on my iPhone. Like, I would listen to a beat on SoundCloud. I'm like, yo, this beat's fire. Then I would play it in my head. I'm like, yo, this is really cool. I like this. So one day, my brother introduced me to BandLab. And I'm like, oh, we can make music on here? Or we could start recording on here? And I'm like, no, I'm just going to do it for fun. All I had at the time was a $30 gaming mic. I promise you. It's a $30 gaming mic from Micro Center. I would just use it to play Fortnite with my friends, whatever. And I was watching YouTube videos on how to import a track, you know, get the beat or the MP3 onto the DAW is what we call it, the DAW. And that's where it started. And the first thing I wrote, I want to say, was Refuse to Soar. And that was inadvertently, I'm not going to say mistake. There's no coincidences. That was inadvertently written. Like, I called it that because of the lyrics I had in there. Like, I literally called it that because of that. It was like, the mic came to me in a dream. It felt my sweeter than crispy and cream. Yeah, it gave me hope like a piece of wisdom from over my imprecision drum. Tired of fear, got me feeling numb. Like, you know, when those lyrics started coming in my head when I heard that beat, when that middle part was like, I got wings but refuse to soar. I got wings but refuse to soar. And I really never thought about deeply what that meant at the time, but no, that means a lot. It really does stand out. It does. So that was one of the first things I wrote, and I want to say I was writing like a bunch of other things at the time, and my goal was just to release that one song, Refuse to Soar. And I didn't really think about the result of what it would be or how it would turn out. And at the first time, I was like, nah, I don't even really want to do it. Do I even want to rap? No. It's just for fun, if anything, you know? And so, and I started writing more music. And the first song I actually released was something called Love of Money. When I decided, yo, I actually really do want to do music. I actually do. So the first thing I released was Love of Money. The song called Love of Money. If you heard Love of Money, shout out to y'all, man. Fortunately, it's gone now. It got taken down for whatever reason. Something copyright or something. But if you heard Love to Money, man, shout out to y'all. Y'all day ones for real. Love of Money, it's a masterpiece, man. Recorded on a $30 mic. I didn't even have these speakers. I had like some $30 Amazon speakers as well. And I later recorded on BandLab. I ain't know nothing about mixing or mastering. I didn't know nothing about the production side of music, nothing like that. And I just released it. I said, yep, screw it. I liked how it turned out. I did. I was getting feedback on it. People were telling me, oh, nah, you got to get that mix. You got to get that produced. You know, you got to get that mix right. And I'm like, okay, yo, I appreciate the feedback. A lot of people really was messing with it, man. Love of Money was one of them ones, like, Love of Money, man. And then I want to say come the age of 20 through 22, I really started to like, all right, if I'm doing this music, I got to be consistent, or I actually got to write. And so I already have Refuse to Soar that I made as well. It's to the side right now. And I started listening to more beats, but as life was going on and I was going through the charades in life, bad relationship, toxic friendships, that's where the foundation of Refuse to Soar was coming together. And I didn't even realize it at the time, but as I was in the studio, you know, recording these songs that I was making, I was like, you know what, this is going to be an EP now, and I'm going to call it Refuse to Soar. For the simple fact that right now, I have all these things that I could do, all these talents, all these things that I wasn't utilizing, and I just was refusing to do it. Like, I just wasn't utilizing what I have in front of me. That felt to me like, you have wings, but these wings can't fly. I have wings, but I refuse to soar. That's where the EP idea came from. Like, this is gonna be called Refuse to Soar. And so, in a chronological order of things that had happened, the first song that came about was Refuse to Soar that I originally made, but it's not the first song that I played for a reason. Because I like to put things in a chronological order of how things were. So the first song name was Reveal Hill, because I needed to reveal how I was feeling and where these emotions were coming from in order to start my healing process. Thus came the truth. The truth was revealed as I was healing. The truth was revealed while I was feeling that way and what I was wanting to do that was making me feel in that way. And if you haven't heard it yet, go listen to Refuse to Soar, man. It's a whole story. It's literally a deep introspective behind why I started music and what made me, get into the reason I wanted to start doing music. And it's not just one of those things that, oh, wow, it's this song and he's speaking this. No, it's a whole journey. It's immersive. At least it would have been more immersive had I had more visuals, but I like the listener to actually listen. And Refuse to Soar is one of those things you got to listen to more than once. Like, there's just so many things in there, so many twists and turns, and just a whole story of, like, either setbacks or opportunities you had that you let go, or the way you felt and why. I'm not going to get any more deeper into that, but Refuse to Soar is one of the ones, man. And that's literally my favorite thus far. That is the only EP I have right now. We're going to continue music. We've been writing countless songs as of now. You're 24. You're talking to yourself in introspective right now, technically. But if you're listening out here, I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. And I appreciate everybody that I met thus far that has done me dirty, or even those that, has, talked down on me and my music. I appreciate you still, because, you're part of the journey. You're part of the success. You're the reason that I'm going to keep going, I'm not going to stop. These wings are going to fly now. These wings are going to fly, but I hope you guys can take inspiration from that, man. Honestly, if you're young and you're listening to this, now's the time. There's no time to wait. Now is the time. You got something you really want to do, pursue it. You might be like, all right, man, I'm 16, I'm young, I don't know how to do that, or I can't do that, I don't have the tools to do that. No, you can. You got a camera, you got a phone, get in front of that camera and start doing something. Yo, Alexa, stop. I don't know why she just started randomly talking, but young, start right now. Time waits for nobody. God sees it all. He sees your struggles, but these struggles is going to help. These struggles are only going to benefit you. We're here now. We don't know where we're going to be in 3 to 5 years from now. We don't know. But honestly, I think that's all we had to really talk about. That was the whole reason that I started music. That was the inspiration of Refuse to Soar. And I really hope you guys take a listen, take your time out the day and enjoy it. And if you don't understand at first, give it another listen. It's just one of those journeys that you really have to either go through the experiences in life yourself, or you just really have to listen, because I like my audience to just listen. I'm not that guy that's gonna make that popular hot popping song. No, I'm gonna have you listening and really, really thinking, like, what is he talking about? Or, damn, why did this happen this way? Because each experience is each of our own. We all have our different experiences in life, and they're all different. So, go check out Refuse to Soar. It's gonna be linked in the bio right down here, y'all. Honestly, man, if you just started music, also, by the way, yo, don't stop. Don't feel discouraged. Get your music out there. See what people gotta say, whether it's good or bad, whether it's constructive criticism or not. Utilize that to keep going. Even utilize that in your songs as well. Like, honestly, it's motivation, honestly, I could say. Because the amount of people I showed my songs and the amount of good or bad criticism I got on it, it's actually like, all right, I see what you're saying. This is why it might be trash to you. But I appreciate you listening, because at least you're listening to it. But I want to know if you're listening to it to actually grasp something from it, to learn something from it. That's what I want in my music all the time. I want you to learn something from it. There are going to be times where I talk about different perspectives that are not even mine, that I just want to, test my ability to sharpen my skills. Because I'm really one of them ones, like, I say that I'm one of a kind because I really am. Like, there is only one Elijah Cabrera. God made me. God made you. There's only one you. You're one of a kind, but the way you stand out is by you keep going, you keep grinding. You're not going to shine overnight. It's just not going to happen, If you're going to get it right and you're gonna get it the right way, this how it has to be right now. So I'm talking to you too, future Elijah, future Eli. You know, this is for you to take inspiration, utilize it, and create something new. You know, just don't stay stagnant within yourself. Go out there, meet people. You know, collaborate with other people, create with other people. You know, start asking other people's opinions on this and that. You know, hey, what music gear should I buy? How did you get started in music? Why did you get started in music? Even go start interviewing people if that's what it takes, you know? But see if you could just find a creative randomly on the street, on your block or something. And I know we don't invest in our communities because our communities don't invest in us. You know, we get invested in off of strangers mostly, but we got to utilize what's around us in our environment. Sometimes our environments can be dangerous, I understand, but we got to utilize that. You never know who's watching. You never know who's doing what secretly. And now to open up to you like, wow, you know, I ain't even open up because no one else is just doing what I'm doing, or it seems like no one else is really watching me, or no one else is really, you know, intrigued in what I'm doing. But no, someone's always watching, especially God. God sees all your struggle, man. So I want to tell you how to keep going. Never stop. And if you got wings, don't refuse to soar. I love y'all. God bless.